Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to my YouTube channel where we discuss about money, investments, businesses, and anything related to that particular field. Here we sharpen each other's mind and open each other's mind so that we can see the best way we can invest our money, the best way we can save our money, the best way we can come up with multiple streams of money, of incomes. The best way where we can invest, how we can come up with businesses that are not going to require our presence, and so on and so on. This is the right platform for you. And in case you are seeing me for the first time, my name is John. I'm a professional accountant with Xfinop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy. And I'm here to give you the knowledge that you require. So in case that you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I just need your subscription. You hit the bell so that anytime I upload a video, you're the first person to get that particular video. And make sure you give a like on this particular video. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot of videos similar to this, and you can also go to my profile and watch all those videos. All that content is very much important and it's going to help you. Remember, the ultimate goal that I normally talk about is financial freedom. That should be everybody's ultimate goal. And financial freedom, we are only going to achieve it through what we call investments, or what we call streams of income that are passive income, but not the normal income that we normally talk about. All right. Now, having said that, I want us to get to the business of the day. But before I do that, I want to tell you that in case you need me, or in case you want to talk to me, or in case you want some consultancy, my contact is always on the description, as well as my email, and you can always call me or email me and I'm going to get in touch with you. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here I have my notes with me, and we shall be discussing the 7 levels of financial freedom. The 7 levels of financial freedom. Very important, because if you want to be financially free, then you must understand that there are levels, each and every step to financial freedom. Take a case of like a baby. When a baby is born, the baby cannot just be born and start walking. No, there are different levels of that baby. First, you start with breastfeeding, and so on and so on. Then after 6 months, then you are told by the doctor, now the breastfeeding has to stop. You have to engage on another step. And that way, how the financial freedom works, and you're going to take step by step until you make sure that you are financially free. And today, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I want us to discuss what are these 7 levels that you need to master, and you have to pass through each and every level. You cannot go to level 3 if you have not passed level 1. And that's why, without wasting time, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to discuss the 7 levels of financial freedom. All right. Remember, financial freedom is the ultimate goal of everybody. And that's why today I came with my notes, so that I may not be able to forget any level of freedom. All right. And the first level, I'm talking about what we call clarity. Now, clarity is very important. And what I mean by clarity is when you come to your senses, you realize, oh, something is not going well. I need to change the way I live. I need to come up with strategies on how I'm going to have multiple sources of income. I need to change on strategies where I keep my money. No, putting my money in the bank is not good. No, I'm 40 years or 50 years, but I still work. But I can't say that there is anywhere that money comes or works for me. Now something is clarifying in your mind. You're coming back to your senses. And when you realize something that is not going as expected, now that is when you trigger your mind to come up with strategies that you're going to employ so that you can achieve that you want. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that rich people spend time looking for opportunities where they can increase incomes, or where they can get extra sources of income. But poor people are those that are contented with what they have. But when you realize in your mind, then that is clarity, that you are not contented with what I'm getting 50,000 as my salary. No, that is not enough. I need to get somewhere else to get some money so that I can increase my savings and my investments. Now that is clarity. Whenever something comes in your mind and you clarify something in your mind, you define your goals, you define what you want, you have a clear picture of what you want to be in the 15 years to come. You have a clear picture of the life that you are in right now and the life that you want after many, many, many years, right? That clarity is what helps you to take another step forward, just like a baby is fed to start walking. That clarity is very important. So understanding your financial goals and understanding your financial status as at now, it's what's going to make you strategize on how you can increase or improve on that, right? Ladies and gentlemen, on my number 2, we are talking about self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency. Sufficiency. And self-sufficiency is a very important aspect because it helps you live within your means. This is where you are going to see very young people giving themselves pressure because of the life that they cannot afford. You want to live in a lifestyle that you are going to struggle a lot. You want to own a car, but you don't realize that such liabilities come with extra costs. For example, a car is going to come with extra costs. And remember, you have not invested anywhere. So you have not mastered the art of self-sufficiency with what you have. Assuming that you have a certain level of income. You have a certain level of income. And buying a car could deplete the income that you are getting. It means that you have not mastered the art of self-sufficiency. But you could buy that car, but the amount of, or the level of income that you are getting could actually even cater for that car and many other expenses that you could bring to your life, or many other liabilities that you could bring to your life. That is when that you have mastered the art of self-sufficiency. So the self-sufficiency level of someone is not the same as the self-sufficiency level of someone else. So you need to understand the current lifestyle that you're having, and it's going to be determined by the amount of income that you normally earn, or the amount of investment, or probably you have not invested somewhere, you only depend on one source of income. So do not go for a very high lifestyle that is going to cost you a lot and even make you depressed because you cannot be able to reach where you want to go, because simply because you don't have that income or that source of income that could actually give you that lifestyle. But you can always achieve that lifestyle through working or investing towards that, but giving it time. Remember, financial freedom is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and you have to go step by step. All right. Now, number 3 is about protection. Now, this is the first level. Remember, guys, we are talking about the 7 levels of financial freedom. So the first level is clarity. The second level is self-sufficiency, whereby you need to live within your means. And number 3 is about protection. Again, this aspect is very important when it comes to protection. Protection is whereby we talk about risk management. What do you do to protect the little that you have? For example, you own a business. What do you do to protect that particular business? Remember, that business is there for a purpose, and it's giving you income to enable you to even be able to invest somewhere else. How do you protect that business? How have you protected the assets that you have? Have you been able to protect the assets that you have? That is a question that you should ask yourself. And that's why protection comes in with having what we call insurance. Protection comes in with having what we call insurance, because the main purpose of insurance is actually to cover you when the risk occurs or when the unforeseeable events occur. Having something what we call insurance is going to indemnify you, or is going to take you to the original position that you were before that accident happened. For example, your business it's burnt down by fire, or your asset, for example, a lorry gets an accident, it's damaged to an extent of it cannot be able to work again. Then the insurance company, because you have been paying your premiums well, and it's where it comes in and indemnifies you with a new asset, because you have been able to protect. That is a protection. And the other thing is about having an emergency fund. Emergency fund. And ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about an emergency fund being one of the steps to financial freedom. And actually now we are discussing it on the levels of financial freedom. An emergency fund is making sure that you always have some security, where, because you don't know what might happen in the next 2 years. For example, if you are employed, you might get fired, you might lose your job. If you didn't have some emergency fund in your investment account, it means that you are going to have a lot of problems actually surviving. And that's why protection is that level of the financial freedom. Remember, it's step by step. First of all, you start with conceptualizing your mind about the investment and being rich and being financially free. Once the concept is in your mind, that's when now the income that you get, that is self-sufficiency, you are able to manage that income through budgets and so on, through trying to figure out how you can put more money in investments, how you can be able to actually cut costs. Cut costs also comes in through self-sufficiency, how you can be able to eliminate a lot of liabilities in your life, so that you can have some more money to put in investment account. That is what we are talking about. And then once you do that, you are going to realize that you have acquired some assets, because you are following a step by step. Then those assets, you need to protect them. You need to have an insurance that is going to make sure that your assets are protected. For example, businesses that does not require your presence. And of course, again, here, when you do that, automatically you have some emergency fund that could cover for your risks. And level number four, we are talking about debt freedom. Debt freedom. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you are at protection, you now have you're now protecting yourself, and the risk that could occur is already covered. Now here is when you realize, now I need to get rid of, because you already have some financial freedom, like some independent kidogo. Now that's when you realize, now there is some debts that I owe some various companies and various people or various investors. Now I need to return the money. I need to pay back that money. For example, if there is any high interest debt that you have taken somewhere, you need to return it. Because what do high interest debts do to you? They consume your income. Instead of putting money into an investment, actually you take that money to pay debts. That's why you need to clear them off. Be a debt-free person, so that the income that you could put in that debt is actually going to investments. And that is level number 4. Remember, it's a step-by-step, and financial freedom is a marathon. It could take you a longer period of time, but with good strategies, you can always navigate through that. Then level number 5, we are talking about security. We are talking about security, right? Yeah. Now, security is actually having enough investments, for example. And security here we are going to talk about in terms of financial freedom. And security, we are going to have what we call as a risk management tool. For example, diversification. This is where you have enough investments. You have invested in multiple investments, and therefore the income that you are getting can actually be able to cover for the current lifestyle. Remember, you have come a long way. Now you are at security. You already have some financial independence. Now you are at financial security. It's where you have some investments that can, when they combine together, and the passive income they give you can actually be able to cover for your expenses and your needs. That is a financial security. And that's why every time you live, as long as you are living and earning, you should always, each and every income that you receive, because you cannot invest everything, because you have bills to pay and so on and so on. Every income that you receive, even if it's 20 shillings, make sure that you put a certain proportion of that money into an investment account to make sure that you have secured you have some financial security. Now, the sixth level that you are talking about on financial freedom is independence. We are talking number 6. Level number 6 is independence. And just as the word suggests, independence is just independence. It's where you don't need to depend on anyone. You don't need to depend on your business that you normally wake up each and every day to go to work so that they can give you money. You don't need to depend on that particular employer who has employed you, and you normally say that if I'm fired from this particular job, then things have gone wrong. You don't need to depend on anyone. You only depend on you. You have put a lot of investments in the market. You have diversified a lot of investments in the market. You have built that asset column to an extent that is giving you a lot of passive income that you are only left to retire early. You're only left to work simply because you love doing what you do, not because that you're forced by someone or you're being forced by someone to retire. No, you are doing that job because you love doing it. But in real sense, you can retire anytime because you already have a lot of investments, because you spent your life. You started saving at 30 years. So in the next 20 years, you have been building your asset column, building your asset column, building your asset column until you are 50 years. Now you have assets generating more than 500,000 per month or 1 million per month. How exciting is that? You don't know the feeling of being a financially free person. We may not be financially free right now, but that is the ultimate dream or the ultimate goal of becoming. It's a very sweet thing, by the way, but it requires a lot of sacrifice, and it requires someone who is patient, because we said financial freedom is a marathon, it's not a sprint. All right. And the last level, very interesting, you need to hear about that, is abundance. All right. Number 7 is abundance. You know what is abundance? It's like having more than you need. This is where you have investments that are generating a lot of income, more than you need. That means you have a lot of money to give to people, lots of money to invest, to open businesses. It exceeds your capability. Let me not use the word capability. It exceeds your needs. You can afford vacations, a lot of them. You can live the lifestyle you want, because you know what I normally say is that investments, they never die. Investments never die. But remember, sometimes businesses can die, but investments, real investments, they never die. And that's why actually what investments normally do is they keep on increasing and multiplying with time. And once you reach to this particular point, that's when now you will be asking yourself questions. Is this me? Ni mimi kweli? Is this me? Are all these things mine? And you shall not believe after 10 years, after 20 years, and so on and so on. That's why I normally tell people, if it's about investments, you need to start today. You don't have to wait for tomorrow, no. And always keep it in your mind that it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. You need to take it slow. You need to make sure that you are consistent. You need to discipline yourself little by little, and you are going to make sure that you end to this particular level. At level number 7, you are this person we normally call a rich person, a wealthy person. You have accumulated wealth. Abundance is when you have accumulated wealth to generate income that is far much beyond your needs, and so on and so on. That means you can afford charities, and so on and so on. But remember where you started. You started when you had nothing. The only thing you had is your brain, and you put a concept in your mind, and you conceived some idea that you could be a financially free person, and then you start working on it by being a self-sufficient person, by managing your money, by creating a budget, by coming up with ideas of where you can cut costs. And then after that, you put your money into protection, because once you have done that, you have been able to identify and come up with assets that you can borrow, you can buy, and then those assets create some passive income for you, and the passive income ensures that you have cleared your debt. And once you have cleared your debt, and of course you have some financial security, and once you have some financial security, now you are an independent person. And once you grow your portfolio, investment portfolio, then you are at abundance, whereby you have a lot of money. All right. is this journey not amazing? But remember, it's not an easy journey, but it is a fruitful journey, as long as it is an interesting journey, as long as you have the concept still stays in your mind. This is Sir John Mweri, professional accountant with X-Finop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy. And in case you need to contact me for any clarification, for anything to do with businesses, accounts, or anything to do with investments, I'm just one call away. My contact is always on the description. Just make sure that you hit the bell on this video. Make sure that you give me a like, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this journey, I'm telling you, we are going to move together. Now, having said this, I will leave you to internalize it through your mind so that you can see how it is. Thank you so much and have a nice time.